Some of my clients are worried about sending out multi-email campaigns because they don't want to annoy their list and they're worried about getting too many unsubscribes. What they want me to do instead is to send out a standalone email and then maybe a few days later a reminder. I strongly recommend not to follow this approach. See, only a tiny fraction of your email list will even open your emails and read your emails and realize that you've sent other emails about this offer already. And that fraction of your email list who actually does that is pretty much your segment with diehard fans who wouldn't be bothered by receiving a few emails in a promotional week, especially if you make sure that your emails are entertaining. And that's the point. The entertainment and education and edutainment in your emails has its own secondary reward. So it is a secondary reward for the reader. So yes, you are putting an offer in front of them, but and you might give them, share some insights with them and whatever you do, but entertaining them especially is a reason by itself to open your emails and to read them and to enjoy them. That's the same reason why you would turn on Netflix, or you would maybe buy a book and read it, read magazines, etc. It's entertainment. So if you do that in your email, why would somebody be annoyed? People are binge watching shows. Why can't they be binge reading your emails if they're good enough? So that's your job. Now, another way of doing that is announce to your list that you're going to send out more emails than usual during that week because you just want to make sure everybody sees this amazing offer that you have been already teasing, hopefully, in a while. And that way, they have the choice, and you can tell them, hey, if you don't want to hear from me during this week, if you can't bear with me, and I'm going to tell you a lot of great stories that I have on my mind, then, well, offer them to either unsubscribe, and most people won't do that, or offer them a snooze button. So tell them, hey, if you don't want to hear from me about this campaign more than once, hit this button. And if they do, they end up in a segment where they would just receive one email and then they're excluded from all the other emails. You could do the same with buyers. So if somebody buys from you, you could have an automated email sent out as part of your post-purchase email, your thank you email, where you tell them, hey, if you don't want to read the rest of the emails in this promotional campaign, just hit that snooze button and I'll remove you from them. But I'm just saying you will miss out on a lot of great stories that I'm going to share with you and insights. It's their choice now. So that's why I definitely would say you should send out a multi-email campaign and make it entertaining, make it relevant to the readers, and you will be fine. In terms of the structure, I will tell you how I would do it in the next video, but for now, this is what I want you to take away. And the other thing is, I wouldn't do breaks between the emails. So what I said earlier, send out the first email to launch the promo, and then a few days later you send out a reminder. If you don't want to send out too many emails, okay, that's fine. If you just want to send out two, okay, that's fine. But do it 2 days in a row and then end the sale. You don't want to let people go back to their other distractions. You want to keep them focused during the time of your promotion. So if it's just 2 days, at least make them think about you continuously for 2 days, and in terms of in back-to-back days. They probably won't think of you continuously. You get the point. Now that we have agreed on sending out multi-email campaigns when running promotions, Let's take a look at how we could structure that. So me personally, I like to send out the bare minimum of 3 emails when running a promo. And that would be for a low ticket, typical e-commerce type offer. Now, how would I structure those emails? This is something that I have taken from legendary copywriter and marketer Dan Kennedy. So the first email tells a story about a problem that your audience can relate to, and then transitions into presenting your solution. In the second email, you take more time to present your solution again in more depth, and then you transition into your pitch. And in the third email, you identify any objections that your audience may have and handle those objections. Also, if there is a bonus, you present the bonus. And if there is a guarantee, you speak about the guarantee. Finally, you add urgency and or scarcity to make the reader understand you have to purchase now or you will miss out. And this is the rough structure of the bare minimum promo that I would send out. Before getting a little bit deeper into each of the 3 emails and taking a look at how you structure each, let me just remind you, if you have a higher ticket offer with a longer sales cycle, you will need more emails to stay on top of mind. And you will also need more emails to be able to give more reasons to buy. Your prospect is probably consulting someone, maybe his or her spouse or business partner, in order to make a decision about your offer. Give them some ammunition, give them some arguments. And some of the emails you could be sending out would be an email describing your unique selling proposition. So, how do you stand out from the competition? It could also be a couple of emails offering social proof, such as customer testimonials and reviews or press mentions. It could also be an email in which you position your product in a different way and just try a new angle. And an example would be, let's say you're selling a flashlight. Now, a bad way of doing that would be to send out one email and tell your audience, hey, this is my flashlight and this is why you should buy it and this is the special price that I'm offering right now and whatever. And then you just repeat that like 4 times. Don't do that. Instead, try to find new angles each time. The first time, you may tell a story about how you and your family went camping. And then there were like these noises in the dark. You thought maybe it's an animal approaching. Everybody was scared. And your you grabbed your flashlight, but it gave up or it was so weak you could pretty much only see like a couple of feet in front of you. So it just didn't help. And then you introduce the solution, your super strong flashlight or whatever, lasting batteries, whatever, it's just an example and I'm only spitballing here. The second angle for the next email could be something totally different. You had your kids' friends over and you played some game in the dark, maybe hide and seek in the dark or something like that. And that's how the flashlight um, really became the life of the party. And it's a simple game you could play. So you could actually write an email telling people how the game works and then offering the flashlight because if it hits your kid's eyes, it won't damage the eyes or whatever that feature is. I think you get the example. You understand what I mean by offering a new angle. Okay, let's take a look at how to structure the 3 emails. Email number 1. Start by telling a story that introduces a concept. Then use that same story to explain a problem that your customer can relate to. Then you introduce your solution to that problem, and you finish the email with a PS that summarizes it all and sends the reader to your solution. Email number 2, you reference email number 1, and then you speak about the outcome and the transformation that your customer will experience, hint, future pacing, when purchasing your product or service. And this is what you always talk about when you speak about your offer. It's not about the features or benefits, it's about the outcome and the transformation. This is what you're selling. You're selling a transformation. And you make it very clear in this email what the transformation and the outcome will be if they purchase. Then you may mention a bonus if you have one, or a guarantee, or you add a second angle because, I told you before, I would stretch this out usually, especially for higher ticket offers. But now if I'm doing a short one like this, I make sure that I offer a second angle on my offer in this second email. And then the third email references email number 2. And now you highlight your bonus if you have one. And next, or if you don't have a bonus, you would speak about what will happen if they don't purchase. This is again future pacing, but now the negative outcome that they are trying to avoid. Then you identify any objections they may have and handle them. Once you have done that, you add any risk reversal you may have, any guarantee, you speak about that. And then finally, you give them a deadline and mention a scarcity if there is a real scarcity here. And that's it. These are your 3 emails. It's a very powerful sequence, and it's the minimum I would do for a promo. And if you make it entertaining, if you use the art of storytelling, people won't be mad, even if you send more.